Hello guys, Sue Jerry speaking. Welcome to Bedtime Stories, episode number 352. It's you, part 1 of our 5-minute stories collection of PAW Patrol. So let's read it now, shall we? See what we got for us. This is written by, published by Random House, New York. And see here, it's basically all of that. So there you go. Copyright 2017. Spin Master, PAW Patrol, Incorporated or Reserve, all that stuff. So there you go. Now we're gonna go over the first 2 chapters since we're gonna the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them are gonna be too long to read. Since I'm gonna read you 2 out of the 9 chapters today. So let's read it now, so, shall we? So we got for us. So here we go. We got 9 chapters to read, so there you go on that. There you are. March the Rescue, High Flying Sky today. Anyway. And we'll read Go Rush Pop Thursday, along with Pop Fruit Power. Then we got Pop Pop in the Way, and Space Chase on Friday. Game for the Day, and Pit Crew Pops and Bob's Big Wish on Saturday. Here we go. Marshall to the Rescue. Illustrated by MJ Illustrations. Here we go. This all makes sense now anyway, so there you go. It was an exciting day at the lookout. A flock of geese was stopping overnight to rest. Rocky built a big nest for a bird to sleep in. Okay? Robbo used his shovel to build the nest with bread for them to eat. Marshall was so excited, he accidentally rumbled into the nest. The geese are coming, he shouted. Geese flew in and landed, happily, honk. Wow. They started pecking the pieces of bread right away. And one tired geese settled down in the nest to relax. She likes her nest, Rocky, Ware said, patting the pup on the head. Rocky smiled, proud of his good work. You know, it kind of makes sense, so there you go with that, even though it's between that, so there you go. It might as well make a difference anyway, so there you go, and it makes more difference. Next page. Anyway. But baby goose wandered away for the rest of the flock. He wallowed in the blue bucket, okay? And rolled down the hill. Again, Marshall announced. Oh man, what are we gonna do next? Anyway, racing after the bucket. But as he ran, his feet got tangled up. Okay. Marshall and the little Gosling ended up bouncing down the hill. Okay. When they reached the bottom, they were both a little dizzy. The Gosling's eyes rolled around. Are you okay, fuzzy little guy? Marshall asked. Cheep, the goose replied with a rotten eye. Wow. Hey, Marshall explained. Fuzzy is a great day for you. He nodded his Gosling with his nose. Back at your family, Fuzzy. You know, this is sad because at that time frame, it just made more difference between Marshall and the Gosling. It just makes more difference than that. It just seems unfair to me. You know, that's just me. Next page. Anyway. Marshall took Fuzzy back in the hill to the lookout. Nice work, Marshall, Ryder said. Marshall introduces the little goose away to the Paw Patrol. Wow. Plus, look at all the pups, but Marshall felt definitely his favorite. Sky chuckled. Marshall, it looks like he have a big BGFF. Big new BGFF, okay. Best goose friend forever. All the pups laugh. For the rest of the day, the two friends did everything together. The little goose followed Marshall everywhere that he went. When Marshall watched his fire truck, Fuzzy pawed the window with his tail feathers, so Marshall accidentally washed. Wow. The little goose with his hose. Okay. Oops, Marshall said. Sorry, Fuzzy. You know, he is homesick. Did you know that? It just makes more difference between Marshall and the whole entire thing. Why? Did you need something? Next page. Anyway. That evening, Marshall walked back in the nest with Fuzzy on his head. Okay, Fuzzy, he said, bend so Fuzzy could hop off. Time to hit the hay or nest. He looks so sad, you know? Fuzzy jumped off and down on Marshall's head cheap. Anyway. He didn't want his new friend to leave. I suppose I want to sleep out here. Wow. Marshall said, but just once. He curled up and soon they went both asleep. Wow. First thing the next morning, while Marshall was still asleep, Fuzzy wandered off. Looking for food, he was hungry. When Marshall woke up, he looked around for his friend. No Fuzzy. He called his name. The goose didn't answer. Oh man. Marshall ran to the top wire. Fuzzy is gone, he said. Okay, that does make more sense. Anyway. We had to find him before the flock leaves. You know, he belongs in the goose family, not in the freaking dog family. You know, had to make more sense, you know. Do something. Next page. Anyway. Well, I called the Paw Patrol in the lookout. Wow. Our goose friends out at the farm south in the winter. Wow. He explained, but they're missing one little goose. If we won't find little Fuzzy feet, excuse me, okay, anyway. They have to leave without him. Chase, I need you to call Fuzzy with your megaphone. Marshall, Fuzzy won't follow you anywhere. I need you to help looking for him as well. Wow. Outside the lookout, Chase broadcast a goose honk through his megaphone. But Fuzzy didn't answer. Marshall suffered the ground. Sniffed the ground. Excuse me. Okay, anyway. Searching for clues. He found one of Fuzzy's feathers. Brad picked it up, and Chase took a whiff. Achoo! Chase sneezed. Sorry, I'm a little allergic to the feathers. Wow. Too much. Anyway, he took a few more sniffs, sneezed, and announced he went this way. You know, I just think it'll make more sense, but it just needs to be too much, you know. Makes more difference than that, so there you go. Next page. Anyway. Marshall, Chase, and Wire jump in their vehicles and race across American Bay. The sirens blared as they followed Fuzzy's favorite trail. This was an emergency. No, it's not. This is liar. Anyway, slowly Marshall heard chirping. Jeez. Fuzzy was on the road of the train situation. Jeez. He was a piece of what bread in his beak. And two seagulls were trying to steal it. Jeez. Too much. Fuzzy, fly down there, Marshall called. You can't, Ryder said. A plastic soda can ring is wrapped around his wing. Marshall used a ladder to help to get Fuzzy down. You know, we're 10 minutes in with this episode, taping this Bedtime Stories episode. But you know what? Screw this. This had to be too much, you know. Makes sense in any way. Near 11 minutes. But anyway, next page. Anyway. Marshall extended the ladder on the fire truck, which scared away the seagulls. He climbed up the ladder, but Fuzzy slipped on the edge of the roof and fell off. Good. Thank you. Use your helmet, Ryder cried. Marshall caught Fuzzy in his fire helmet. Sweet catch, Marshall, Ryder cheered. Now let's get this off of you. Ryder said, carefully pulling the plastic ring for Fuzzy. He was free again. Thank you. Fuzzy flapped his wings, fell in the air, and landed on Marshall's head. Marshall laughed. It's not even funny, man. You stealing from him. Anyway. The Paw Patrol raced back to the lookout. They have to get there before Fuzzy's lock flew away. He was homesick. Do something, because, you know, it had to be too much. So, there you go. It had to be too much information, or it had to be the lose of the flock. Like Fly Away Home movie. Next page. Anyway, but they were too late. The geese had just left. Wow. Fuzzy will have to flap fast to catch up with them. Fuzzy didn't want to go, and Marshall didn't want him to leave. Why? Seriously, I just don't want you to... Yeah, it's just too much. Sorry. And little Gosling belongs to this family. Exactly, because, you see, that's too much, you know? Ryder said. Marshall agreed, and Ryder quickly came up with a plan to return Fuzzy back in this flock. Thank you. That was family time. Not friendship and always have friends and family and all that stuff. Do something. Thank you. Let's take us to the sky. Sky explained the helicopter. Warned wells in the air. Lifting Marshall in the harness. I never heard that episode, but seriously? You just have to do it, will you? Cheep Cheep, Fuzzy flapped with his wing and followed Marshall through the sky. Soon they get caught up in a flock of geese. Goodbye, Fuzzy. Marshall called and Fuzzy joined the flock. Have a safe flight, you silly goose. You know, that's just too much information right there. Marshall, if you've seen this episode, not that, and no, I'm not talking about my friend Marshall Brown. I'm talking about a dog named Marshall. If you've seen this, no, I'm not gonna be harsh to you, but it's screwed up, big time. We're doing one last thing after this one last page in the book, but it has to be this. Back in the lookout, the Paws played jump rope. Wow. You guys did an awesome job today. No, they did not. You're screwed up. Anyway, Ryder said, what a bunch of good pups. They're bad pups, unfortunately. Marshall missed Fuzzy, but he knew it was a good friend. Would visit whenever his family flew overhead. Until then, Marshall emphasizes paw some paws to keep him company. Thank you. Dogs are very important to you. Do something about it. I'll have to do more about this in the Paw Patrol jokes series, but that's just me. Anyway. High Flying Sky. This is illustrated by the same illustration that brought you the last minute. And this might be the last story I'm going to read to you all, and I'll wrap up this whole episode. But that's just me. We're over 15 minutes in this episode, but that's just me. Anyway, next page. Anyway, Sky was flying high over the lookout. She was really excited because her hero, stunt pilot Ace Shorson. Did you get another pilot in this, really? Like, for example, I don't know what the pilot's name back in the 70s or 80s. Pilots, like in the Sesame Street episode, I'm not sure what pilot's going to come up with. But anyway, was coming to the air show in Adventure Bay, okay? Trick flying is the best, she explained. Down the ground, Marshall wasn't sure he agreed. The only thing I like about flying are kites, he said. No, it's too much. Sorry. Anyway, Ryder got a call from this pup pad. It's calling it an iPad mini difference, but anyway. It was a Sorensen, the stunt pilot. Her plane was having engine trouble, and she needed Paw Patrol's help in finding a place to land. Wanted later declared, no job is too big, no pup is too small. You know, it's probably too much stuff right here. And I don't know what to say. You know, I have to make more difference between now and the whole thing. I'll explain more in the episodes for Paw Patrol jokes. So I would have been there. If you watch just one of the granddaughters of my Tammy Powers, one of my bosses, and Debbie and AAA, this is for you, my former job. But anyway, this is for you. Next page. Anyway. Ryder called the pups for the lookout and told them about Ace. He needed Sky's helicopter and the night vision goggles. The pups gotta fly. Scott shot into to help her hero. Ryder's help also need Chase to make the right way to spotlight and traffic codes. Too much information right there, you know? Sorry. Chase on the case, he barked. Finally, Ryder is asked Rocky to help fix Ace's plane. Anyway, green means go. Exactly, Rocky cheered. Yeah. The sun was setting, Sky zoom through the clouds and their helicopter. Yeah. Sorry, it's just too much. She scanned through the sky with the whole night vision goggles and spotted Ace's airplane. You know, there she is now. I thought it was a he for some reason, not a she. But anyway, black smoke poured out in the plane's engine, making it hard for Ace to see. Sky flew in front of her. Follow me, she called, leading the way to the farmer Yimi's farm. I agree with this 1,000,000%. Good job, Sky. You did a perfect job getting to follow Ace. Stealing, but that's just me. Next page. Anyway, at the farm, Raider, Chase, and Rocky prepare the runway for Ace to land. Chase set up his orange safety cones to mark up the landing strip. Great job, Chase, Raider said. But Ace won't need to see the runway in the dark. Makes sense anyway. Rocky, did you have any old flashlights in your truck? Raider said. Raider asked Gizmo. Okay, wait. I got a bunch, Rocky said. take the flashlight, the cones, the rocket raiders help. You know, don't you need spotlights for that? Anyway, when I was called spy on the pads one day, it's just iPad. There was like this one, tablets. Anyway, Roger that, Sky answered. You need spotlights rather than flashlights, please. Thank you. That would be much better than that. Go, bah, 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 bah. You know, that's just me. Next page. Anyway, Sky zoomed through the night and spotted the glowing landing strip. But when the Sheenays started to fly down toward it, they heard a loud boom. You know, 1986, Challenger disaster difference. Anyway, Ace plan struck. Sparks sizzle around his wing. I had to push parachute out. Ace ready the team. Anyway, Ray threw out parachute in the dark was too dangerous. Ace, let's just say, you have ever done the wing walking stunt? He asked. You know, Ace is the greatest wing walker in the planet. Not trying to be rude, but it's not in the whole wide world. It's just in the planet. No offense. Sorry, Sky Reporter. You know, awesome. No, amazing. Excuse me. No offense, but it's amazing. Anyway, Breeder explained. He told Sky to lower her tone wall and safety harness. Yeah, no offense. Just don't say wide world. Just say wide, like in the planet, please. Thank you. Not trying to be rude, but this might be. I want to say it to be more of a PG-13 rating. Just makes sense, but you know. Okay, next page. Anyway, Ace climbed on the wing. Sky lowered his safety harness, but Ace couldn't reach it. Okay. I'm going to jump into my parachute. Ace called. No, we can do this. Sky insists. Wow, okay. Wow. She flew as close as to Ace as she could, but as a stunt pilot grabbed the harness. Wow. As Sky flew into the farm. As Sky flew her into the farm, this makes more sense. Anyway. Ace called Ryder. Could you check on Amelia? Wow. Sure, Ryder said. But who's Amelia? My plane. Ace answered. Ryder tracked the plane on this iPad, you... I'm not trying to say some R-rated stuff here. But this is an iPad, you dummy. Anyway. And saw that it was a head for the bay. Let's go, Amelia, before she stinks. It better not sink, so I have to work out the way it used to be. I'll think about Paw Patrol jokes and it make work the way it used to be. So, there you go. And we're almost done, and we'll do it anyway. Anyway, Sky gently set Ace down on the farm. Spank Sky, Ace called. No problem, Ace. Pop, call back to herself, she whispered. Can't believe I saved my hero. At the bay, Amelia landed on the water splash. Thank you. Ryder rolled out in the plane and hooking the cable to it. Chase, let's get Amelia to the beach before she sinks. Good. I'm on it, Chase called. He turned the winch and pulled the plane to shore. Barry said, help, help. Yeah, I'm not trying to be too harsh about it, but it has to be just something. Anyways. Amelia's in pretty rough shape. Okay. Why is she smaller in the book? Anyway, A said when she saw her playing, I don't think she'll be ready for the air show tomorrow. That'll be a whole team of maniacs. Wow. Wow. Teammates reporting for duty, Rocky said. The Paw Patrol used all the tools to fix. Amelia has no time. Wow, A said. She's as good as the first day when she flew together. Thanks, team. No. It can't happen. Anyway. The Paw's parking how? Screw it, I don't know. Whenever you need a paw, you just yell for help, Ryder said, laughing. You know, it makes sense, but you just have to do something for this whole thing. So that's just difficult, but there you go. And we're almost done, so we have 3 pages left and we'll wrap things up. Anyway, I can't wait for the air show tomorrow, so I said, Ace hopping on one of the wings. How would you like to see my wings walk and roll? How about having metal, my ass, you? Trigger up close and personal. Skyfire does sound great. The next day was sunny and warm. Paw Patrol watched the air show up at the beach, except Sky. Wow. She got to watch from the back seat of the Ace's plane. When she was working the controls, A did her amazing wing and rock and roll trick. How about having Mel, please? Rock and roll, everybody? Continue on. Way to go, Ace, by your side. You know, this isn't working, so there you go. I had to make more difference in the whole airplanes. Why don't you just do with bigger seats? Bigger everything. So, there you go. And we're going to move on. We're going to do last page of the day, saying this. Wow, Rocky gaps, watching Sky zoom through the clouds. She's so good. Move on. You all good, pups, Wire has said. Okay, makes sense. But the pup cheered and barked with every other as Sky and Ace zip overhead. I'm gonna watch pups a number of times, but this is a hard thing I could talk about. So there you go. So that was the first 2 stories of part 1 of Paw Patrol 5-minute stories collection. It was very catchy, and overall, I just want to say this is the catchiest thing I've ever read. So far, this is not really... I'm going to say this is not... I'm going to say this. Paw Patrol, I haven't seen Paw Patrol in my life. I want to read this again and again and again, but to be honest with you, it wasn't successful, but it was maybe catchy, the catchiest show I've ever seen. Was going to watch it, but till 2023, I branch out and just want to focus on other things. So, there you go. I'll get back and watching it, but right now it's just... might as well get back and watching it whenever I can. That was the Bedtime Stories episode number 352. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. The next one's going to be part 2 of Paw Patrol's 5-minute stories collection. Now, excuse me, I gotta eat my dinner and get prepared for editing. Till next time, so Jarvis Bob, so baby, good more videos, so out. See ya.